Welcome back, everyone, to BBB Sharing. I'm Evie, Director of Ignite, sparked by BBB. We're here for another podcast with an accredited business. We have Gladys Troung, and she is Spanish Connections, an accounting firm here in Richmond, right?
Yes.
Perfect. But you don't just work with Richmond people. You work with a lot of different people.
Yes.
Perfect. What kind of communities do you tend to work with?
Well, first of all, hello.
Hello.
How are you? Thank you for having
Of
me
course.
today.
Thank you for coming.
And thank you, everyone who's listening to. And I'm very grateful that you had me here today. I work with a lot of with the Latino community, Hispanic Latino community. I started the business back in 2001. And actually, I start working from home.
Wow.
And one day, I have my neighbors complain about tax season when I have so many cars in front of my house, and also they've been taking their parking spot. My neighbors, like, they came to me one night and say, "Hey, Gladys, I know you're doing what you can for your family, but we can't handle this any longer. It's a lot of cars every day, and we notice it's in tax season because
Wow.
we know you're an accountant." So I start thinking like, I start, looking for a new office space. So we actually started the office in 2002, 2003, I guess. Yes, it was 2003. And that's when we started Spanish Connection. I thought it was going to be just for the Hispanic community. But in the meantime, we started getting new clients from different nationalities. So that's how we started.
Wow. And you work internationally as well, right?
Yes, we also handle a lot of clients who doing business in the U.S., overseas, and we do represent them in here.
Wow. So what made you want to be an accountant?
Well, I remember I graduated in marketing. My major was marketing back in 97.
Wow.
So when I went back to school trying to be a teacher, because my sister's a teacher. So I went there, and I remember the counselor back then, asked me. I took the test, so I scored very high in math and, algebra, everything
Wow.
else. So the counselor said, "Are you sure you want to be a teacher?" And how much is the salary for other than teachers?
Yep.
So we started talking about it, and she's like, "Oh, this is how much it is." And with all my respect to teachers, I love them.
They have a very difficult job, yes.
Yes. And like I say, my sister and I have a cousin who's a teacher here. And that's when I started. And I started working for a company as a general manager. I was working for 90 days for a bank.
Oh, no, I
And
work for a
after-
bank too. I understand.
That was hard.
Yes, that is a difficult job.
That was a very stressful job.
Not the same as teaching, but another kind of stress level you don't want to deal with.
Yes. So that's how it started. And I started getting new clients every day, every month, every year. So now we ended up having a lot of clients. And I'm very thankful to all the clients. They keep bringing more and more people. Thank God. And we're doing pretty good. Helping people, representing people with the state, the Employment Commission, and with the IRS.
Wonderful. So what made you want to be an accredited business?
Well, I know Barry for a while, and after he became the the
CEO.
BBB person,
Yes.
we tried to support him and be close to him because I know he's a very honest person, and we like him.
Yeah.
So when we start talking and he said, "Well, Gladys, I think it's a good idea to hire a new Spanish speaking person," and I say, "Barry, that's a very good idea because there's a lot of Hispanic business owner out there." And well, that's how everything started.
Wow.
And I'm happy. I'm very
Yeah.
happy being a member.
It's when I have noticed, and I say this all the time, you can tell that the companies that come in here and actually sit down and speak with me during a podcast or even just in general to visit the facility, you can tell they really love what they do. They really care about their clients and their customers, and they uphold those values within their own companies of integrity, respect, honesty, and they start with trust. And to follow up with that, what are some things in your industry in accounting that you notice can hurt consumers or are unethical?
I would say that in my field, I see a lot of. I'm not sure if they like colleagues or just people who actually trying to do the same thing like an accountant. But I see they hurt the community. Actually, the Hispanic community. They abuse them pretty
Really?
much for like quick money. You know, not just the business owner, but also the you know, people who works for them. Sometimes they lie because the thing is in my community, the language barrier is the problem.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yes.
What are some examples of the things that they tell them?
Well, I would say if you come to my tax firm or tax prepare firm, I can give you this a large amount of refund.
Wow.
And
They promise them a certain refund?
Exactly. And at the end of the day, they can get audited after 3 years, and the penalties and interest are like a lot more than what, actually supposed to be in the beginning if they actually file their taxes properly.
That's awful. And of course, they take advantage of that language barrier.
Exactly. That is why we have Olga in here.
Yes, Olga's amazing. She really is. She brings in amazing people too, and she's just full of life. You just don't see that very often in a workspace. But between everybody here, everyone just brings so much energy into the office, and you can tell that they really, really love their ABs, accredited businesses. For everyone that doesn't know what I'm talking about.
What is it? I was ready to. What is it?
Yep, they love their accredited businesses. They love talking to you guys on the phone and helping you guys out when you need it. And I will say this, it is amazing that you help the community. I know in general you can help everybody, but being able to help a specific part of the community like that is really important. My mom's parents were immigrants, first generation Greeks, and my dad, first generation Greek here in the States. And that language barrier, I can understand, can be an issue sometimes. So you do an amazing job. But how can people get in touch with you?
Well, we are located at Chesterfield County. The office is located on 300 Turner Road, Suite C-D, two suites together. It is North Chesterfield, Virginia, 23225, and our phone number is 804-320-5860 and 61.
Perfect. And it's Spanish Connections, right?
Spanish Connection. We can't change the name because we've been having this name for, so many years, 22 years.
It's hard to change the name after that long. But congratulations for 22 years.
Thank you so much.
That is a big deal. Yes, that's wonderful to hear. Well, thank you so much for coming in here, Gladys.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Of course, taking the time to talk to the consumer so they can get an idea of who you are and what you do. Everyone listening, make sure to thumbs up on YouTube and subscribe if you are watching the video. If you're listening on Spotify, follow us and make sure to listen out for any of the ABs that come and talk to us. You never know what you might learn. They always have a wealth of knowledge to give you all. And make sure to follow us on social media, Ignite, Sparked by BBB, Central Virginia, Instagram, and Facebook. Thank you.
Thank you.